Okay, welcome guys. We're going to be continuing on with what we were playing before with our goat fiends that are also necromancers. And we'll just go through basically what the setup was very quickly, and then we'll get into the actual game itself. This is going to be a live stream, so I'll be here for an extended period. If you're watching live, please feel free to ask any questions, and I'll do my best to show what the new content does have. There's a lot of content that's been added to the game with the Wolf update, which is a free update, as well as the, of course, the Primal Fury DLC, which comes in with 2 new factions, etc., etc. I actually don't know what's better out of the 2 of them, to be honest. The Necromancer changes are dramatic, so I did want to get deeper into it in this particular session. All we're playing on in our world is 7 players on a continent's map, so that's all it is. So the realm is dominated by several large contested landmasses. This realm consists of several large landmasses separated by oceans. Each empire shares a landmass with 1 or 2 other empires. So that's what we are. So we're sort of like, you know, in our own little area. We're 21 turns in, I think. Yeah, strategic turn 21. We'll go through our setup and then just go and get into it. So we'll just go and load the game in. Now, there's always, often this will happen, there has been some updates that have come through with the game, I think, as well as... No, that's sorry, I'm thinking of Dominions. Dominions has just updated as well today, and but there certainly has been some updates to some of the mods. So if you've got different mods running, then you know, it might be worth having a bit of a look to see what the changes are. I know that I had to turn some of them off to make it work with what we actually had. Hi, Hugh David, how are you going? Saying hope all is well. Yeah, no, it's a beautiful sunny day here. I should really be out at the beach, in all honesty. But I thought, I just really feel like playing this. I'm loving this game. The AI has really improved a lot. It's become quite difficult to actually play against the AI, and you've got to expect that you're going to be losing units, which is actually quite interesting. It's unusual for me because I'm sort of so used to always being able to milk the battles, and yeah, it's just different. Hi, availability. How are you going? Anyway, let's get into it. So we've got now we've got the actual faction that we are. Let's have a quick look at our actual hero. If we just go and bring her up. So we're playing a sort of like a fey witch who is, so we set her up. She's got a halfling chassis essentially, and so she's coming in with a does have a poison orb back into here. It's only a tier 1, so it's not fantastic. I don't think we've got any other loot yet, so we're still very, very early days. She's also wearing a bolstering plate, which gives her +5 hit points. And so she is she's like a witch that's come through. She's a goateer that's not of this world. So she's come in to actually then go and look after our actual faction, which is the essentially goat people. These are the goat. She's the ruler of the actual group, and the governor of Necropolis is what we've called our main city. We'll just get in and have a look at some of the actual other units. So these, for example, are Arcane Ice Walkers. If we have a look and see what we've got, this is the Arcane Ice Walkers are Goatkin. Availability, so those goat mages look really cool. Yes, no, it's cool. These are sort of like more support type things, depending on what you've actually gone with. Now, what we've done is we've gone with the Goatkin, which is one of the new forms. They do look great with their horns and things. And so this is and Stellaris Whisper Fiend is the actual leader, like as we sort of saw there before. The traits that we actually got for these ones were to be hardy. So we've got your units can take a little more damage, adaptable, and so it's now hardy is what they come with anyway. +8 hit points for anything that is a Goatkin Arcane Ice Walker. Adaptable and through here, so non-hero units gain 20% experience. We did change that across just so they could level up a bit faster. The Arcane Focus is magic attack steal +15 damage, and Arctic Adaptation. So gain Arctic Walk, increasing world map movement speed on snow and ice. Able to build farms on the snow terrain, start in the Arctic, and unlock the Earth-shaped snow spell. So we have ability to sort of spread snow out from where we actually are. Hi ZXM, how you going? Saying I started to think that you weren't coming back to this particular game. Yeah, no, I don't like playing on Twitch and on YouTube. So I play different games. Like I tend to play different actual games, not just different saves. But I am enjoying Age of Wonders so much at the moment. I almost went back to play Solium Infernum again today, or even more of the Keeper RL that I was playing yesterday. Cobra Commander saying, nice to catch a stream. I've really appreciated your older Dwarf Fortress tutorials. Makes it so my holds last a little longer. But of course, losing is fun. Yeah, there'll be a lot more Dwarf Fortress content coming in about a month and a half when the new adventure stuff actually hits. So like, I'm really looking forward to actually playing that. I suspect it's going to be pushed back a bit. I don't know why I think that. I just think that it's not going to be quite ready. But I may be completely wrong. I've been wrong about when they were released in the game. I was very wrong because I thought they'd push that back as well. But they launched that when they said they were. Now it didn't have adventure stuff, so I guess that's Anyway, let's just continue on. What we have is so that's the traits we have of our actual units. Our culture, we went with Mystic. So we wanted to get structures with mana because we're going to need a lot of mana to be able to control all the undead that we want to then pick up. The undead won't have these traits that we have because they keep the traits of whatever faction they were before. Gifted casters back and through here as well, so we end up with extra combat casting points, and combat spells cost 20% less mana to cast. So we end up with a bit of an extra there. We start with one extra combat spell already unlocked, and powerful evokers, so we've sort of gone all this way. They emanate raw power as they release an endless barrage of destruction upon all in their path. So the racial battle mage units and support units have +1 rank, which is what we're looking at. One of these. This is one of our support units. The battle mage units and support units provide +5 combat casting points at the start of combat. So we are very much going to have like 2 tiers to our army. We're going to have like a Goatkin sort of arcane, what do we call them? Arcane Ice Walker group, which will be powerful mages, along with a chaff army of undead. And so that will be sort of like the overall approach. We will still have other units as well, but that's essentially where we're going to be going. And so we've then got, for example, going with Mystic, we end up with the tier 1 polearm units. So these are essentially just our basic melee type unit. We also then have battle mage units as well in through here as well that do shock damage. They've got cosmic bolts which do shock, fire, and frost all at once. So when they sort of do attacks, it's fairly strong. Anyway, so these do come in already sort of leveled up a little bit, and so they're the sort of like the basic units that we've got with her army. Back over here, we're going to have similar sorts of things. In fact, this one here, we've got the Arcane Guard, along with 2 of the actual mages that we picked up as skeletons. Now, what I've been trying to do is when I find a noble bird folk, I'm actually grabbing them and bringing them, and changing them into the undead. And so this one here, this noble bird folk, it's another type of battle mage, which does do death bolts. So this one does a little bit of frost and also a little bit of blight damage, as it sort of does what it does do. But being a noble bird folk, which is the group that it originally come from before it became a skeleton, it's actually got light-footed, and so light-footed is what I really wanted to have with this one. Plus it's got things like sharp eyes, elusive, so it keeps all of these actual traits. So it's really quite cool. And we've also then sort of adapted it so that we end up with like powerful evokers as well. So we end up with the best of everything really when we bring these in. And so these actually do end up, this is so different than what it was before, where we've actually now got these skeleton units which are coming in from the actual group that they were from, plus the classes that they were, because we've got 2 extra mages in here, for example. And that depends on what we actually attack and what we destroy. And it all comes down to how many souls we have. So as we destroy, like this, for example, this group in through here, we've got ourselves a Zephyr Archer back in through here, which is a tier 3 unit. That will become a level 1 archer unit if we decide to keep it as an undead. And we've also got some zealots which are just fighter units, and these should come across purely as what am I trying to say? They should end up being essentially just a group of fighters, like swordsmen. Essentially, so you've got four different groups that can come in: mages from support or battle mages, swordsmen coming in from these sorts of units like fighters or other shield units. You've got the polearm units, which come in from other spear type units, and then you've got the archers, which come from archer units. So that's sort of where we are. Hi Emma, how you going? Saying hi Dad. So you're enjoying the new Age of Wonders 4 DLC? Absolutely, yeah. No, it's really is amazing. It's this game has I thought it was great when it launched. I was surprised how polished it was when it launched, but it's so much better now. Like it's actually just getting better and better and better, and it's actually getting harder too. Like the actual AI is improving, and it really does give you a big run for your money. You know, like in the game I'm playing on Twitch, I'm regularly losing a lot of units, which is actually, I'm not used to doing that in Age of Wonders. I'm sort of used to being able to milk the battles, so it's actually been quite interesting. Belladonna's saying, morning Daz, and thanks for the content, thanks for that. ZXM saying it's probably really neat that when you kill giants or dragons and see if you can get undead versions of them too. The way that works, actually, I should show this because this is all very different now than, like, so for example, if I just go to the Tome Library. So we're trying to get frost blades at the moment. So we're very, very early days with what we're doing. If we go down to the shadow area, and we're already 5 shadow with what we've done. So we've chosen the Tome of Cryomancy, which is going to allow us to then do the frost blades and things like that we're seeing. But this is where the Necromancy does then take hold. And so we've got like 3 different Necromancy. This is going to be completely reworked. And so and this is part of the free update, by the way. So you know, if you do want to, you know, like you don't have to get the DLC to actually be able to play as a Necromancer. And so the way it works is when you have the Tier 1 Tome of Necromancy, it allows you this skeleton reanimation. So when killing racial units, gain the option to spend souls to create skeletons after combat. And so in this case, when we do kill things, we get souls as well based on the level of the unit that we kill. But we also then get to spend souls to then convert them and bring them across into our actual army. And so these only allow us to do racial units. So anything that is like what we just saw there, if we go up against something like a dragon, we're not going to be able to convert it. So it doesn't count. Anything essentially like a racial type unit, we can do this with this particular spell. But it doesn't finish there. That's the only one that, like, if we end up with a level 4 racial unit and kill it, and then we come back, and let's just say it's some sort of massive shield unit that was available through the recruitment area of the game, then we only get a level 1 skeleton that comes back from that one when we resurrect it. We don't get anything special from that. But what happens is, as we go back up through, the Tome of Souls is then the Tier 2 version of the Necromancer. And so what this one then does is it brings in the Bone Horror reanimation. And so when killing non-racial Tier 3 and 4 units, so we're going to find them. We gain the option to spend souls to create a Bone Horror after combat. Now I think this is 50 souls to bring one of these in. So it's a fair few souls. They've reworked the whole soul economy as well. They've made it a little bit more difficult to sort of get the souls, but it actually works fairly well with balance. And so in this case, it has to be something unusual. So if a dragon is typically, or some of the, let's just say some of the spiders. Like if we kill a spider, and we've got this one, then we can actually convert those big spiders into bone horrors. And so that's something we'll probably be looking to do. So if we find a stack guarding a location that is, like, for example, level 3 spiders, then we could actually wait until we've got this particular ability and then go and kill it. So we can actually then get the bone horrors. We also have other things to help us, like Soul Overflow is, what does that one do? That's just... okay, going 20 hit points until the end of battle, have the negative status effect. Now this casting costs souls. It's very hard to get souls now, so you sort of like, we have one back in here where we have soul collection, and so we've cast this one where we end up with just getting plus 10 souls income per turn, but at the cost of gold. So it's costing us 30 gold to get an extra plus 10 souls. So that's really what we're trying to do there. Anyway, that's then the 3rd tier when we go back into it, the Tome of the Great Transformation. This is where we then get the option, when we find level tier 5 units, we can then create bone dragons. So that's when we get the really, really big guys. And so we can do that with any tier 5 unit, any non-racial tier 5 unit, we can make a bone dragon out of it. So it's very, very cool the way they've sort of done it, and it really makes it very, very immersive. Yeah, so Belladonna's saying, I think you get the Bone Horror depending on the tier and if you've done the research. Exactly, yeah. So it's tier 3 and 4 for Bone Horror, and tier 5, these are of non-racial. If they were racial units, we'd only go back to the level 1 skeletons, basically. So that's the way it does work. But it's good the way it does do it there. So availability is saying the music is really great. Did they add more? I think they did. Haven't even heard all the tracks. Yeah, I think they did, but I can't remember because I usually have it turned so far down when I'm doing any sort of gameplay. I don't listen to it much. So Emma the Pony's saying they just added some tracks in previous DLC, I'm sure, yeah. And I think I read something about it. The new Necromancy rework is great. Raising skeletons right after a battle makes sense. It does, and so this whole economy that we have of souls, I am going to need to get more money. That's actually one thing we have to do. So what we're doing in our game is we are trying at this stage to. I'll just quit back out of there. We're trying to get these little outposts and then change the outposts into cities. We've got an outpost here which is leveling up to become another city. We need 200 Imperium to be able to do that. Our main city, Necropolis, is back over here with all the ice. This is... so we've got this one sort of established. We do actually have another vassal location back over here as well. And these are the same race as us. These are the Goatkin people. And then we've got like another faction that lives underground here, which we are sort of unhappy with. So this is the actual the Fluttering Arcanists, which are the Fortuna Starblade. They're negative 395. It's not terrible. And then we found some Draconians back over, or some Lizardmen back down this way. They're actually building more outposts. They control a fair few different areas in around here as well, and they've been quite friendly. And so we've actually got a positive 105 in with them. So we're going to be needing to try to build here without actually pissing them off, but eventually we will. So we're just going to be trying to sort of keep it in through there. So where are we up to? Just go through all the different orders. So I think what I can do is this one here is actually fairly weak. It's only 260. So we'll just go and take these out where we can get them. That one's a bit stronger. So I might wait for this one before we go after this particular unit. We do want to build up in here though. And so, yeah, to do this one I need 200. Let's get into it. So the combat is fairly difficult. Like it doesn't really matter so much if I mean this is a fairly simple one for us. So I think I'll just auto combat it. Oh, we nearly lost this one. Okay, so we got the victory though. That was all that really mattered at this stage. So we'll just close this one. And we then can get, well, for example, like an archer unit, which, yeah, maybe I'll actually add one of them in. I certainly don't need any more mage units. So I'll just go and close that one. And we picked up 5 souls from that one. That would be 3 souls from the, 1 soul each from the other ones. And this is where I can either go and get these type of units. Now these are human druids, fast recuperation. So they're going to get all this plus 10 hit points per world map turn. Defensive tactics, adaptable. And that doesn't really matter. I mean, their devotees are good, but that doesn't affect them. The human druids as well. Yeah, they're all just the human druids group. So it's going to cost me 15 to build one of these up, or I can get a couple of them. I can get all 3 if I wanted to, which I might even do actually, because I do need to flesh out this army, and getting a few of the low-level skeleton warriors is going to help. These do have a cost, I think, when we actually bring them in. Like if I bring them in, we'll just look at 48, and so we'll raise these units. Yeah, so it cost me a bit in mana now with the unit upkeep that we actually then have. So they've just come in, but I'll keep them in here anyway. Oh, hang on, that movement path. I'll just move that one across. Oh, hang on. No, I do need to go back and heal up. So you guys need to go back out. And these guys are pretty good, but we'll just go back and heal in through here. This one here, I'm a bit worried. I'm pretty exposed, but it's a good location here, so I'm just waiting for things to actually happen. Yeah, I'll just leave that one where it is for now. Then we do have like a scout type unit, which we're just going around the map with. Might go out and have a look to see what else we've got. See what else we can spot. And we have a scout unit, which is just sort of wandering around. I want to sort of locate where the others actually are. Now we've gone up. We're sort of aware of things up this way. I think what I'll do is I might just keep on pushing back in this area. And just see if we can find some loot. Okay, so she's fine where she is. We'll end our turn. We'll be at war with these guys soon enough, I think. This is dangerous as well. They've got a big dragon lair up there and it's starting to spawn units. But it should go after them. It should cause them a lot of heartache. There's their ruler. I don't know if we'll have to deal with these at this stage. I'm sort of assuming not. I'm hoping not. Selecting your research. Frost arrows would be a good one as well. Okay, we found Arcanium ore. Which would be a good one for us, actually, to be able to grab that one. This is just below where we come in, but it's got protection. Look at that one. Just let them heal up. Then we'll look at taking this this location in here as well. This one gives us food and also draft for when we do ultimately build the city in here. Leave that one there. Now we're bringing necromancers now across to help flesh out this particular group. It's just fishing grounds under there. There's more ice here, which is good. You can see all of that. Again, we'll just leave these until we can build these up a bit. So we need to get our mana economy working fairly well. Just leave that alone as well, and we'll end our turn yet again. These dragons are going to become an absolute menace. Yeah, I'm assuming they're just going to go after them, so I'm happy to just leave them alone. I don't really want to go after them myself. Hex Pond has now been founded. So we now have to start to pick up the bits and pieces that we need in here. Now if we have a look, 3 turns before we get the next one, we're going to end up with foresters won't be a problem and farms won't be a problem. Now initially we're not going to be out with, like, that's 2 tiers away to be able to pick up that one. So we've got a couple. Initially we have this one in here, which is actually a that will be an area that we will need to clear out. And that one's a little way off as well. So we've just got a little bit that we have to then go and just clear out before we sort of get into it. So we'll yeah, so in terms of actually what we're going to be building here initially, let's have a bit of a look. So foresters we will get. Shrines require a quarry, which we will get actually probably next, actually, more than anything. The storehouse will give us growth. That one also requires a forester. The vendor requires a farm. Again, we're going to get all of these basically. And then this one here is the evocator's abode. which also requires farms. So the basic stuff, we just get to make a choice. I think we'll go with the storehouse just to get our growth up. And we can start building just our low-level units plus the Necromancer from here as well, because we've now unlocked these. 6 turns. I don't think I'll bother with that just yet. We'll just start to sort of save up and get our money up a little bit, or our resources. We did produce the Arcane Institute back over through here, and we're now doing the Wizard Tower foundations to get more Imperium. We need to boost our Imperium up a little bit, and we're building another Necromancer here as well. So we'll just leave that on where that is. We need a governor, and the only other governor we have now. This is also completely changed in the game. This is actually a very different thing that's come into the Wolf update. You no longer get your governors tied to the cities. Your heroes tied to the cities. You get them every 10 turns, and so then we just need to choose one of them. Now, Stellaris Whisperfiend, the one that we started off with, is in charge of Necropolis, but Istelar Mysteri will just come into here, and so I'm going to make him. He's now the governor of Hexpont. But we will get another hero soon enough. Now you can spend your money, like your hard earned, to get this one. We're going to get it in 3 turns anyway. The next hero, and that'll be about the right time for the next city. So we don't need to do anything other than what we've just done. So we'd have one still assigned as the governor. But we're going to have all the cities that we need at this early stage. Now, what did we pick up in here? Nothing. There's a unit there. Just go back and dig more. All right. Just look for resources. Now, this one has still got a little bit of healing to do. I'm in no great rush to move off with these. So there's one there with the, it's only tier 2, so that's of 0 value other than the souls that we get from it. I'll just leave everyone where they are. So bring the Necromancer up this way. Okay, so we've now got a Necromancer in through this other side, which can then raise undead as well, strengthen the undead as well. So when we have these sorts of stacks, we're going to be wanting to bring these in as well. So these are the Necromancers that we actually have. That looks good, the staff, doesn't it? It's very cool. All right, so that'll be good. Just close that one. And this one as well, we'll just wait for the other one to heal up. Orders required. So they're going out and sort of clearing up all the terrain, which means we're not going to be able to do much with it. That's a quest for somebody, I don't know who. We can't do much else there. End our turn. Hugh David saying, how many cities should one aim for? Is there an optimal number, or does it depend on the number of factors? You don't want more than 3. It basically tells you what you need to do. Actually, we've just now come across another player from the north, actually, which is surprising. It's very surprising. Here we go. Another ruler comes to threaten my empire. Yeah, they're already fairly bad. I'm just going to let them do what they're going to do. We'll just try to figure out what's going to go on with them. And so these are goblins. Who are they? These are the Crooked Uniters, which are underground again. Wow, that's 3 of them that have started underground. Yep, they're primal as well. Sylvan Wolf, Chosen Uniters. That's interesting. Strive to build a realm-based incorporation, but will not hesitate to defend it. So they do gain extra income from vassals. They do have a good alignment. They're also banner lords. So the rally of lieges happens twice as often. So we can expect if they become powerful, that we're going to have all sorts of weird and wonderful creatures coming in with them. I'll just say goodbye. We won't do anything with them. It's weird that they've come in from the north. You know, like this is actually an unusual spot to see them coming in. So they must have gone around the continent. They could be over in here somewhere, but underground, I mean, who knows? They could have come out of anywhere. So we've got another outpost being built there. Yeah, so getting back to the question about the number of cities, you don't want to go over your max number of cities. So the number of cities we have is 3. So the number of cities you can control without suffering economic penalties. So city cap can be increased through the empire development tree. And so with that one through there, we can actually pay for it. And so the city cap is there. So we can, for 200 Imperium, we can increase the city cap by +1. But we probably don't need to do that now. Like, that's something we will be wanting to do later on, but just not yet. So that's something we can actually then end up getting a little bit more. So the vassals don't count, so the more vassals you have, the better, in that sort of sense. Depending on how you're playing the game. Like, there's all sorts of different ways to play the games, but this is, in this case, 3 cities is what I aim for. So I need to get this one up to 200, so I can actually then go and make this into another city as well. This outpost will ultimately then become a city, and then we'll just start to expand from in here as well. So we're pretty far apart from our actual holdings, which isn't great, but that's the edge. Like that, we couldn't really do much more than what we were doing here anyway. So Necropolis is a little bit stymied in that sense. We do need to, yeah, we did need to go across the water, or to get rid of the dragons to be able to then sort of move through. And these are getting stronger and stronger. I'm just hoping to go underground, because that there is a leads straight to the stronghold of these guys. What I don't want them to do is to come over here and build a city. If they do that, then we'll have to declare war, and not immediately, but later on. Okay, well, let's go in and deal with these. So it's a safe battle, but it's going to be a little bit more tricky. These special locations have got bigger troops to defend them. So we're just going to slowly sort of work our way out from here. Now, if they've got anything worth keeping, I'll keep it. These are lizard looters. That's a Lightbringer, which I don't think we can do anything with that one. It can try to convert us. This one does do spirit damage, which is going to hurt us. Dawn Defender, Goblin Diplomats. These are more bird folk. Again, these are worth getting. The Goblin Diplomats really aren't, though. Like, their ability is all they have is hideous stench, which we don't need. But it's the fleet foot of these sorts of units that actually make them worthwhile, and we can actually still afford it. So I think we'll actually go and do that. So let's just zoom in a little bit, and so we'll take this one on. Now we do actually have pretty good defense right from the start here. We've got a pretty good balance, I've got to say, with what we have. So I'll march in with the skeletons, and we'll need to get one of the other necromancers across to this group as well. Just do a quick save before we do it. It's funny, I'm still in the habit of doing that with Age of Wonders. It used to you have to do it because of the mods used to make it crash a lot. Now we do actually have combat enchantment, so distracting whispers. So each turn, one of the attacking units has a 90% chance of suffering distracted until the end of combat. I think that must come from, I don't know what it's coming from. I don't know if it's the actual unit back at the back there. Anyway, that's going to one of the attacking units has a 90% base chance of suffering distracted, which is actually a bit of a problem. It's going to mean that we're going to be able to be easily hit. But anyway, we'll just go back in. We'll do this one manually. So Fixit's saying, Daz, is flanking still overpowered in Age of Wonders 4 like Age of Wonders 3? The mechanics haven't changed much. So actually Taffy's then saying Age of Wonders 3 is better, or it's greater than Age of Wonders 4. No, it's not. I violently disagree with you. The thing I like about Age of Wonders 4 over 3 is that 3 you had to mod it like crazy to make it fun to play, or to make it interesting to play, whereas Age of Wonders 4 is interesting right off the bat. So for me it's a much better game. Now these don't do anything, I don't think. They've got nothing in them. We do have to be a bit careful of a couple of their units. Like their range units won't really be too much of a problem for us. This one here will be, the Lightbringer, particularly with conversion. So we're going to have to kill this thing off. In terms of spell casting, we don't really... the spells are being prepared in this first turn. Let's compress everyone sort of together, and then we'll figure out what to do. So let's just move across. We do actually have... I want to sort of split the shield units in amongst these units. Just so we end up with protection. So this is why the bird units are so good, because they can actually walk through the other units, which is actually really, really handy. It means you can sort of very quickly reposition your forces. And we've got a fair few coming back the other side. We don't know which way they're going to go. This is not going to be able to pass their way through there. So I'll just bring these across. The battle mage unit, I'll assume again the bird unit being able to just walk straight through. This is our actual arcanists. Now, if it does convert, it's range 3, so it can come up and it'll come up and try it somewhere, and I don't know which one it'll go for. What's the rate? What's the 90% chance of making the non-hero unit become dominated? If unsuccessful, the unit suffers 15 spirit damage instead. Careful of that. Here it comes. Just going to go for this one here, and it did dominate it. So now we have to kill this. And the game, like the game encourages save scumming. So if you're trying to learn the game, save scum. So, like, even if you win, just save scum until you get used to it. But the AI now plays a lot better than what it was. What it's actually like, the combat is now really hard. This guy is a problem. Now it's not looking at this area. I can't bring that one in. I can bring that one into there. We do actually have this one as well. We're going to have to do a lot of our fighting from this location. And then we do actually have, we can kill this one off. This is good. It's got blight weakness, 65%. The way this one works is that if I just bring this one up, you'll sort of then see it at the back end here. So we're just getting ready. It's our turn. If we use Stellaris in here now that one can still get around and then do another attack. But this one here has got like a special bolts that it actually has, so poison bolts. The poison bolts, we have to destroy this one because it's dominating this other guy. And this one will keep on attacking us if we don't actually finish it off. So we have to finish it off as fast as we possibly can. So we've got different avenues to do that. I'll try to cover as many of the actual mechanics of the combat as I can. One of the great things about Age of Wonders, which actually makes it difficult to learn or to master, I guess, is that you've got a zone of control. Now, when you click on a unit, you'll see that there's like little swords that go off. And so you can see that there's 3 swords in the front that this thing is facing. These guys are inside the zone of control that it actually has. And you can see there, given its own, like if it's allowed to do what it's going to do next turn, it'll then kill that unit, like with its 3 attacks. It has 3 attacks down the bottom here, which all do. What does it do? It's got 14 physical damage, and so that will then destroy this particular unit. Now, because I'm inside that zone of control, I actually can't run. If I try to move, I'm going to actually end up getting a lot of. It's a 90% chance that he's going to actually then be able to do the damage. So I can't really easily leave from there. I don't want to kill him because as soon as I get rid of this unit, if the domination then finishes, and then this unit comes back under our control. But at the moment, it's not under our control. So we need to, as I say, do as much damage. The other problem we have is that normally this one would have like a ranged attack, so death bolts. And so in this case, unleash a magical bolt at the target enemy, but I can't be using it if I'm in the enemy zone of control. So by this one being dominated and then turning around, I can't use that one, I can't use that one. So both of these can't be used. This one is not inside the zone of control. It's only the ones in the facing. If this was in guard mode, like these guys, see how there's like a little shield? That's the zone of control all the way around this side of it. And so these are sort of coming through like that. So that's actually what's happening back over this side. And this one as well, if I go and have a look at this one, you'll notice that it's also got swords all the way around. Sorry, this one here has got both the swords and the shield. This is a shield unit, which is sort of what we had originally with our shield units as well, which is why I had the shield units together. But we're going to need to now also do damage into here. But these guys are protected fairly well. If ever you need to know what's going on with them, you can have a look down in here and think, okay, look, it's got 7 defense and 2 general resistance. And so the 7 defense, if you hover over it, they have a base of 2. Depending on the level of the unit, it goes up as well. Then they've got the shield defense and then the shield wall. So they've actually got like a lot because of what this thing has been doing. This one here has got 8 because it's actually inside the shield wall. It's in defensive mode. It's a tier 2 unit, so it has +2 and then the base of +1. So it's actually doing, it's got more defense than the actual shield unit. This one here, when it has the shield wall, where it is only +2, but anywhere else around it is +3. You'll see their shield wall +3. So that's what's happening down through that side. These, it would be great to be able to roll in just to sort of stop them from having their attack, but our first priority is to kill this thing off, so we can release this unit. So if we go and hit this one, we do a little bit of damage. We got the 65% from here though, and so if we can get all 3 shots to go in, that's going to be fairly good. If I move out, and this is I've got 3 actual shots. Actually, if I try this one here, lightning evocation, it's not going to do enough. So really there's nothing much else I can do. So what I do want to be using this unit here to do the damage. But at 65%, it means that 35% of the time we're not going to get the shot in. But there's another 25% for a half hit, like for a graze. And so I'll start with this. I don't want to be losing bits of it. Yeah, 15, 15, and 15. All of them were over the 35. So we needed 35 to hit. Like it was 65 minus 100 is 35. So we roll on a 100-sided dice basically what we end up getting. So we needed 35. We rolled a 53, a 67, and a 79. And so we've done a lot of good damage here. Now the other thing we have is we've still got, this unit can still have a go, but it's just outside the range of where we actually are. We have this unit as well that can come back through. That can then run through this gap because this one is facing out this way. So I can smash it. I'm not going to get the kill though, but I probably will with this unit. So let's just move this one down out of the way slightly. No, that one's still not going to do it either. So in this case, I've still got other options. What I could do is actually bring the, I'll just bring this one forward. I've still got these 2 mages. This is another 65%. So I could actually smash this one. Yeah, there we go. We get the kill, but it's 65%. So we may roll under 35 and then get the graze, in which case we can finish it off with the other units. No, we rolled over the 35. That now releases this unit. So this unit is now back in action. We do actually now have a problem here because this is now on fire because what these guys end up using is with their cosmic bolts, they do fire damage as well. So if there's foliage, there's a good chance that it's going to catch fire as the attack that does go in. Now these guys also, we want to be doing as much damage here as we can to stop them from being able to do anything as well. These are now active. We can now start to move these across. I can move this one up as well. We have these active as well. This is 90% to hit that one, so I think we'll take that. Now that middle one, 90%, we had to get over 10. So we just needed to be over 10 on a 100-sided dice. The second shot will be under 10. So where is it? We needed 10. We got 99. Needed 10. We rolled an 8. But it's within 25, so we get the graze, and so we do half damage. Then we roll the 93. So we sort of roll it from all angles. If I move it around, you see the little dots on the ground as well. This is sort of like shows I've got three actions there. So and these all each require 1 action. So I've got 3. I've got 2 from there at 65. I've got 1 there from 90. So I'm better off taking the 3, keeping in account the grazes as well. Okay, then we've got other things we now need to action. So we have a look at this unit. This one's got a special attack. This one here has just got a standard melee strike, which does 7 physical damage and does it 3 times. This unit here has got a charge attack. It only has 1 action. And the way this one works is a charge attack, it gains 20% damage per hex travelled up to 3 hexes. So if we can close the gap, it can't then use that. It cancels any defensive modes, it removes retaliation attacks, and it's got a frenzy. So it's a bit of a problem one. So that one here, we have to then mitigate what that one can then go and do. If we have a look at this unit, which is a polearm unit, so we actually have a polearm, and so the melee strike, we still do 3 melee strike. We do 12 physical damage, but we also have, we also should be, sorry, if we just go back and have a look at the actual unit itself, if we just click on it. This one is a polearm unit, and so this is a specialist in taking out large threats and cavalry, and can counter shock unit charges. And so the polearm units have first strike, and they're charge resistant. So anything like that unit that we saw there with a charge, we don't suffer as much from that. So it's better for us to move one of these in up against this unit. We don't have to, like if we try to attack it, you can see the retaliation there is going to be fairly high. So I'm just going to leave it where it is and not attack. And now it will only attack once. This one will probably then attack a second time. I can still do this one if I wanted to, or I can try to keep the shield wall like what this one has done to protect this unit even more. So let's just go and do that, because I'm assuming this is going to be attacked by all 3 of these. So that's going to be a problem that we do want to sort of get around. So in that case, we've now essentially locked this one in. This one's now got 4 because of the shield wall. It's got a polearm unit which gets +1. The mystic defenses is -1 for whatever reason. Now we do actually have this one as well, which I do want to be bringing in more protection. Now I've got 2 shots there at 65 back this way. So 2 at 65 or 1 at 90. I'll take the 2 at 65. Now if we miss, if we don't get a graze, if we roll a 5% or under, we could miss and actually hit our own guy. So let's just go, we don't want it to 25, we want the 65. So let's just go that side. Missed. Now that was bad. We rolled really, really low numbers there. So we needed a 35, and we had 20. Yeah, we needed to get under 10. Sorry, because of the 25. So we rolled a 6 and a 7 respectively, and missed both times. So at least we didn't hit our own guy, because that could have happened quite easily. This one here we can get into there. I don't want to go into this terrain into here, this low foliage. What I'd like to do is bring this one around. We can't quite get to that one. Move this one across. These are ranged units, so I've got essentially just 1 shot there. That one's also going to just be 1 shot. Let's just move that one down. And I will be wanting to, I've got a lot of protection here. I've got a lot of good support this way as well. I've got a 90% there with 2 shots against this unit, so I'll take that. It's not going to do much damage. It'll do it a fair bit here at 65, but I'll take the 90. And I'm just going to keep this unit back where it is until that burns itself out. And this one as well, we can't really do much. Oh, actually, you know, I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. Sometimes one mistake is all it takes to screw up what you're trying to do. Let's just do more damage with this one. Now we can actually heal with this unit. Yes, we've got a mixture of like skeleton troops and normal troops in through here. And again, I don't want to be doing anything with that, so I'm just going to lock that one in as well. We do actually now have spells that we can then go and do, and it may be worthwhile doing that. I mean, we don't have a hell of a lot of mana. So we've got Necrotize, so sustains 10 frost damage and 10 blight damage, becomes decaying. It's 6 to do that one. 6, it's not much. Magic Shield. We get extra defenses. That's going to only cost 3 to actually do that one. And then this one here, we've got like abilities that make it very cheap for us to do different things. That one there, the Cosmic Ablation, could certainly destroy something. I think I might go Magic Shield on this unit here. And actually, I should have done that at the very start. Starblades is an ability that we end up having that that allows us to. This unit has +1 fire damage and lightning damage or frost damage per stack. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen with it. In fact, in this case, we've got extra frost damage. It just Starblades gives you a little bit of an extra ability. So anyway, that's all we have there. Let's just end our turn, because this one sort of is obliged to attack us, and it's tier 3, so it's quite strong. It's a bit grazed. Uh-oh. Now it's in the fire, which is actually not bad for us. It's trying to run. So I can get it shot in, because it couldn't do anything from within that area. Okay, so we've got we haven't taken much damage here. In fact, we're doing good damage into this side. You can see that this one has got strengthened. It's got 3 stacks of that. It's 3 turns. It's got 2 stacks of sundered resistance. So it's actually it's actually a bit more susceptible to being attacked. Also, it's sustaining fire damage in through here as well for 2 more turns. If we have a look at this guy, if we just go and click on it, we'll see what burning actually does do. So unit suffers 4 fire damage each turn, back and through there. That's counted if it's either wet or frozen. Sundered resistance. Now, if this one must have come through from one of our units. It is strengthened, so it's going to do more damage. Alright, so this one in here, now we have a 50% because this guy's in front of us. If we try to attack with this one at 50%, it means we've got essentially a 75% chance of doing some damage here. If I press the control key, I can see why it's only 50%, whereas previously it was 65%. So if I go and do that one, we've got minus 40% because it's obscured by this particular unit. In fact, you can see the color changes from green to like an orangey red, but the control will then tell me why it's not giving me the full amount. And so I can move this one. This one will be the same. Yep, this one's long range and obscured by a unit. And then this one as well is long range. But it's not obscured by the unit, so that way we end up, the 65 is actually not too bad. So we'll actually take this 65. It's actually seeing between the 2 units. So it's actually being able to fire. You can see it's green all the way, but it is long range. That was okay. So I can still have 2 shots from in here. So I'll get rid of this one, I think. This one, if we have a look at it, we can see the swords are on this side. And rather than do 50, I'm going to do 90 with 2 shots, which will still give me the kill when I hit it with this one here. Let me just get the kill this way. So even though this one is affected negatively by zone of control, it still has a zone of control. But if I go this way, I can then do I do a lot of damage there. I've still got 2 shots from here. Its vision is this way because it was firing over this other side. So we can actually hit it from the flank by moving into here and then doing a massive attack. So we end up, this is where by coming in behind it, we really damage that one a lot. It can't run away, because if it tries to run away next turn, it's going to get killed. So now we can just start to focus on this particular unit. So this was 50%. Now, why is that 50%? We've got the green light. You know, you'd be thinking it should be 90%. That's because it's obscured by an obstacle. The obstacle is the foliage that it's standing in. And so we've got nothing we can do about that one. 50% is about as good as we can get with this particular unit. So we'll take that. That was good. Got 3 shots. Now this one went berserk, so why did it do that? If we have a look at the actual unit itself, it's a so it's a shock unit. It's also got land movement. Sometimes it will show you up and through here. So berserk, it will then attack sort of more strongly, but it's coming from berserker's rage, when this unit's total hit points reach 33% or lower, it becomes berserk for 1 turn. And so this is some sort of, this is an actual berserker. And so when it actually goes under the 33%, that's what it ends up getting. And so the berserk does give it other abilities. So it's uncontrollable, will always attack the closest enemy target. If no enemy is within range, it will attack its allies. Is immune to morale effects, and damage penalties from casualties are negated. So essentially it will stay in the fight, even though its morale is fairly low. So this is their best unit that was in this particular fight. But you know, we've got the units to counter this. So we'll take a fair bit of damage from there. Now that's only 25%. If I move to there, it's 50. And I've still got 2 shots there, so I'll move this one in. This with both. So we would have been under 25. So here we've got a 3 and an 18. We still have this one as well. Now that one's still 50 from there. This one has only got the 1 shot, so I can move this one anywhere I like. I do want to kill this one off, but I also want to get rid of that one. I'll move this one over. That one's gone. That then caused that to catch fire as well. Now I've got 1 shot there. Got 2 there at 50. I'll do that one. So 2 more blights. And steadfast. Actually, is it steadfast as well? It is too. So steadfast kicks in when it became berserk. This unit can have a fewer than one hit point. So it will go down. It's at 11 now. I might as well not attack it. So because it's not gonna get killed. So steadfast is a really, really powerful one. So when it went berserk, it picked that up as well. And so so if I attack it, it will definitely attack one of these 2 units. So with this one selected, it is going to be charging in. The charge is blocked because these are polearm units. But I can just go and I'm just going to put these into defensive mode, just so that when it attacks, we're going to be able to counter what it's going to then go and do. Yeah, so there is there's a first strike retaliation that does come back. It still does damage, but it's not going to worry us too much. This one's gonna run. So it's going to have to leave there. What have we got? We've only got sort of spell casting. So again, I think I might just do some damage. Got Cosmic Ablation. Now that will be hard for that one to now run. Get more Star Blades. Again, I should be doing the spells at the start of combat. That now makes this one can't run. This one can't really run. This one will fight and get killed. Actually, maybe not get killed, but this is a high level unit. Just end our turn there. Okay, so Dave's saying, would you be able to explain the movement dots under the actions? Yeah, sure. Because he should be still alive. See, he had a shot there. I don't know if you saw, there were 3 dots there. So he did come through. Steadfast now goes. Berserk now goes. So he was berserk for that turn. That's now over. So steadfast is no longer part of what he does do. And he's down to 1 hit point, basically, because he's burning. So he did survive that one there. These guys couldn't run, because if they ran, there'd be reaction shots. So when we have a look at it, we've got the 3 dots in through that other side. These are actions. So if I move, for example, from there to there, it goes from 3 actions to 1 action. Sorry, from 2 actions. I can usually move twice with 2 actions, and then I can move twice with 1 action. So that's sort of like 1 action in through there. So when I've got a weapon like this one here, for example, it's the little icons under it show you how it then is applied. And so in this case, when we have this sort of arrangement, it means that this shot is going to take 1 action, and it's whatever action points we have, so we can do it multiple times. So that's a 1 action per swing, multiple times however many actions you actually have. So in this case, we've got 3 actions. That's not a problem. This one is the same as well. Dots with 3. That'll be the same. Dots with 3, dots with 3, dots with 3. There's a couple over here that are a little bit different. Like this guy here is it shows 3 actions with it just taking up 1 slot. What this means is that he can run around and still have his main attack. He only has 1 attack. It happens with 1 action point, so he only needs 1 action point to be able to fulfill what he has to then go and do. So, from his perspective, yeah, like it doesn't matter how far he runs. Now we have another similar one over here. This unit here, also with its main attack, is exactly the same, 1 dot, but the other 2 are vacant. This one as well. This means I've got 1 action that's applicable that does the damage, and so I can move anywhere I like as long as I can get the shot. You know, I can find the best place. It doesn't diminish what I do. Whereas these guys, I don't want them moving around, because every time I move it, I've then only got 2 shots or 1 shot, for example. So in this case, I'm better off trying to position these as effectively as possible. Whereas these ones, I can move around. These aren't very strong with what they do, though. So that sort of is what happens. But this guy still being in this foliage is going to be difficult to hit. Yeah, what else is there? There's other ones as well. There's with all 3 dots. I don't know if she's got one of those. Yeah, she's got one that's like an all 3 dotter. She's got 2 of them actually. So this one here is lightning evocation. So it deals damage to target enemy unit. It's a range of 6, but it chews up every single action. If I move her off, and I might as well do it and show you, this will then get grayed out, as will this one here. This one heals target friendly units, or we can raise units from the dead. So at the end of a battle, we would be wanting to, if we had units that were dead on the field, we'd be wanting to move them across into a position so that she can then do it, because it's all 3 dots have to be applied. So if I go and move to here, I've only got 2 dots left. That's grayed out, that's grayed out. I can't use that anymore. I can always undo it, and then I can do it again if I wanted to. So that's sort of how the different action points work. That's pretty much all of them, I think. Some of them like this, where they've got nothing in through there, means that I can do this. I can turn this on whenever I feel like it. And so I can actually just basically click that one on and over channel, and that way my spells this turn are going to be more powerful, like 50% more powerful. So that's a free action for me that I can actually do. I can use it once per battle, and it starts on a turn 1 cooldown. So that's something that makes my actual spell casting much more powerful for just 1 turn. So that's how that one actually does work. So again, if you need, and I always forget that I've got this one available, but this is sort of where the things actually are. I can also I can raise undead. So if I click on this one through here, I can then go and anything within the action or within the area, I could move in, for example, and raise one of the dead that's been in here and bring that one back to life as a zombie. But I don't get to keep it afterwards. So there's a whole range of stuff, but it's worth actually having clicking on them. It's worth having a look at all of these different things to see what they actually get to do. Like, you know, their specializations. This one's elite, so it does more damage. All the different bits and pieces in through here. It's all very, very, it's very well done with the tooltips, and it does explain how things do work. And then just getting used to what all the different abilities are. So I know that people superficially say that the game doesn't feel like it sort of differentiates enough, but the units really do differentiate a lot. Like this Berserker, like most charging units don't berserk, but this one does. So there's all sorts of these little nuanced things that sort of do kick in. Anyway, let's just finish these off. Take that. Oh, that's one thing I haven't explained either. You saw there that little friendly face went up everywhere. This is our morale. Our morale is now high for most of the units, which means that we're going to get more chance to get a critical hit. 20%. 20% of the hits we put in are going to be critical. Now I want to kill this one off, so I'm just going to use these. Now there's now a good chance with plus 20% that we're going to the 50% won't even matter if we get a critical hit. And so every shot will then be a critical hit if that's the case. This one's in the same position. They're all as happy. She's not quite as happy. So she's actually just neutral, but she's only 1 point off. These were close enough to that kill. In fact, if I do it over here again as well. Here we go, bit of happiness. She's now been kicked over the edge. So she's now got 20% chance to get critical hits as well. So sometimes you can get like a really crappy result, like 25%, but you sort of half rely on the critical hits to hopefully carry the day. So that can be a factor as well. Anyway, let's just go and wipe this one out. And that was a critical. See how it's shaking? Do you think it was critical? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. I thought it was. Anyway, that was sort of like a bit of an explanation of how things do work. So in the pony's saying, so the 90% hit grazes and 65% all hit. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the RNG. You don't notice the RNG as much in this game as what I did in other games. So I don't mind the RNG. It's like in Planetfall, I didn't like it much. I prefer this much to Planetfall because of the way that they handle it. In Planetfall, everything had that graze mechanic. In this game, it's still there for all the units, but melee units typically have a 100% chance to hit unless there's some other factor at play. So it sort of makes, for me, more intuitive sense. It's only the range units that actually have a chance of missing. So Spiraling is saying, hi Daz, enjoying the stream. Thanks for that one. So sorry, I missed that one completely. Why did the skeletons flee from battle? Because they didn't have the guts to fight. There we go. That's a terrible joke. Anyway, we've got this one. We collected 9. Now, the 9 that we collected. So why did we collect 9 souls? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got a tier 3, tier 2, plus the tier 1s. We get 1 soul per tier of guard. So when we're playing as a Necromancer, we pick up souls by killing things, and then we can convert things, but they do cost us mana to then keep the various units that we actually have. So I'll get the option. I won't get the option from this one, I don't think. I don't think I will. We'll see. If we end up with a battle mage available to us, what is this one? This is a... that's Celestial. Yeah, no, that one won't be... that's not one we can grab. Now, the Berserker. It's the Lizard Looters. They're poisonous, tenacious, and cold-blooded, but it's not... The Berserker aspect won't come back again. So we won't have that ability. So, yeah, and the others I don't really want. Should Noble Birdfolk? I do like this simple reason that they can move past other units. It makes them extremely valuable to scoot past into other locations. Yeah, I'll grab one of those. I've still got another one over here as well. So let's go and close this. We then actually have the recruitment area. And so the skeleton archers that we end up having, so we don't get the one from the from that celestial unit. The warrior, so that tier 3 unit becomes a tier 1 unit that we then get to have. Actually, is that? Yeah, we've got 5. There was 6. We've got 3 archers because there were 3 archers in there, and then the polearm unit is the there was actually that doesn't make sense either. Looks like the polearm unit is just coming through. Is that the, yeah? That's the lizard looters there. This one here is the goblin diplomat. So that the charging unit ended up becoming a tier 1 polearm unit, which I don't need. And the only one that I really want is just the noble birdfolk. So I'm just going to just choose that one there, or raise that one. It just does cost me a little bit of mana though to do that. So we'll bring that one across. Now we're negotiating with the city as well. So we're the only one that knows the city. No one else has come across this one just yet, so this is good for us. So they're becoming more and more friendly. Now I can boost, again I don't want to be doing the boosting, but if we end up competing, the AI is now much better at competing for the to get them as vassals, so we have to be careful of that. But no one else has gone underground here. Now we could, it does open up, so we have to be a bit careful. But that's actually all happening quite nicely. And this is underground from where we are. This one, they can't claim this because this is actually a gold ancient wonder. And so that can't be claimed by them. And this way through to the top is also part of this particular province. And so they can't use this gateway to then start to go, if I just go page up, they can't spread out to here, which is important for me. So I want to make sure that I've got everything up the top here, and they can't do anything else. So the last thing I want is for them to, like, we're just lucky that the actual gateway, the underground passage, happens to be right where this verdant vivarium actually happens to be, which is too difficult for us to take out at this stage. Yeah, so we did clear out a bit of this area for them. We had a unit down here just to clear out as much as possible so that they could get more growth. I could clear that out as well, so I could bring that one down and just start to sort of help them out. Okay, silver tongue fruit has now been acquired. So we've now just need to get hasteberries. Now there was another hasteberries that we did find that we got close by. The way this now works as well has changed a little while ago now, but all of the ores are now found underground, and all of the liquids and plants are found above ground. So, so there's a bit more sort of theming, I guess, with the way it does work. These typically have one of these. Where is it? It's usually in close and around here. I'm not seeing it there. Yeah, they usually have one. Is it hidden under here somewhere? Yeah, not seeing it there. I'm not sure where it is. I'm surprised I can't see it. Oh well. Yeah, they usually start off that way. That's also going to block them. Like this thing here is an actual block, unless I open this up for them. So I will need to get somebody else down there just to start mining all of that. Okay, we produced outpost produced palisade walls. So with this one here, because I had time up my sleeve, I decided to just get started and start to sort of do things. I could actually go and get a work camp over 3 turns. I've only got one more turn. No, I've got 2 more turns. I've got the 120 plus 40. That's gonna, yeah, I've got 2 more turns. So I might as well grab a work camp. I don't have a hell of a lot of gold, but the stone walls actually is also 3 turns, which would give it more protection. I'll get the work camp, and so that way we'll just choose a direction to head. Now I think I chose this one because it did have the hasteberries fairly close. I thought maybe I've got that one wrong. Or was it this one that was the one that I thought? No, that's Archon Blood. Oh, there's hasteberries there. Yeah, so I thought I might be able to gobble that one up, but then they've built this city here. So they'll probably get there before I do. But I thought that by building in the middle here, I can get that and that from this city as it grows. So we need to get the growth happening at the city. So we're going in the right direction with this one. It may be worth getting... In fact, that is only 2 away. I'll be able to get that one if I go here next, which is fine because I do want this one here. So that will work. Here we go. We're right on cue. Now, if I go with a farm, I do get the iron deposit is occupied at the moment, so we'll have to finish that one off. But I can either go with a quarry. I'll go with another farm. Actually, I don't have that many quarries, do I? No, I'm going to need the quarry, so I'll go with the quarry. Okay, hi Kat, how you going? All right, so we'll go this way. Now they're underground here as well. So this is not where we were up in, where was it? Over here. They're a long way away. So this is sort of they're also just down while we're scouting around trying to do different things. They are as well. Now there's a movement there. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, it's more of their guys mining away, I guess. Well, let's just see what we can find. Just keep on looking for stuff. So they're going to be a problem ultimately. We're going to have to deal with them. They're also arcanists like we are. Now the spiders that we have, let's just get everyone healed back up again after that last attack. Just keep these so that they heal up. This one's a bit weak, so we do need to get an army across here at some point. It's too weak to take anything on itself just yet. There's a pirate cove down this way. It's going to come raiding at some point. Maybe I'll turn here. Now we should have the Necromancer, the next Necromancer, back in from here as well next turn. Oh! Don't tell me they're going to take on the dragons. That would be interesting. I'd like to see that. There we go. They're going to struggle. They're going to really struggle in there. So hazy whispers emerge from the depths of your crypt, drawing your attention to a sealed jar of unknown origin. Solaris Whisper Fiend, come beneath the shadows, listen to us. She who can hear us, our voice. Dark magic was our crime, eternal imprisonment our sentence. Ooh, how long we have waited in darkness. Release us, free us. So dispel the jar's curse to free the spirits. So we lose a heap of mana. Now I actually do have the mana to do that one there. We do get a shadow boon, which essentially means your communication with the force of shadow strengthen your rule, temporarily increasing city stability for all your cities. Well, we've got 2 at the moment. The strength of this effect scales up with higher Shadow Empire affinity, which we do have at 5, so that's actually fairly good. And so we end up getting extra city stability for 6 turns. Channel the jar's souls for your dark magic. So we lose the mana, but we receive 40 souls, and I think that's probably more valuable for us. I think that's worth it. It gets us very high soul levels. So as we start to take on other things, we're going to be able to do better and better. This guy is this guy's going to get slaughtered. Get absolutely slaughtered. So Catson saying, why does the spider need a boat? Do spiders walk over the water? Not all of them. So I'm not sure where this oh, this one here, yeah. Well, it's a big spider. Anyway, let's continue on. So we'll go this way in through here. Just let everyone sort of heal up a little bit. We'll just start to clear out this area. So, actually, what do we get with the magic materials? When we do ultimately get the haste berries, we end up with this Imperial. We get plus 15 Imperium, which is actually massive. Imperium is so much more important with the Wolf update. Like it plays a big role because it allows you to either get cities a bit faster, which we've got one more turn and we'll get the city in next. This group of spiders in here, we can wipe this one out. We don't get anything other than the souls. So we'll get what's that? 5 souls if we take that one out. There's really nothing much else around here. Let's just go for it, I guess. Just do a quick save again. I'll just auto it. It looks pretty weak. Yep, we didn't lose anything. That's okay. Yep, the 5 souls that we picked up, and nothing else we can do with that one. And we'll just move back in again, let everyone heal up again. Another ruler was denounced, so this one here is becoming a bit of a problem, not for us, but has denounced Zuhai Wildcrest. So that's the other one that doesn't like us. Doesn't worry us. Now we have Earth-shaped snow, so target friendly or unowned province becomes Arctic. Does not work on uninhabited provinces, so we have to inhabit it. And we've got frost blades as well. Now, did we choose that one? Haven't done it. So I do want to enchant all of my units with this one. It's going to cost me a 15 mana. We've only got 29 mana coming in anyway at this stage. But when we get these other cities and things, we're going to get more and more mana. So it's just a matter of staying in with where we are at the moment. Produced the Wizard Tower Foundation. That's good. We need to go and build more. One more turn we get the Necromancer. School of Necromancy. We get plus 10 knowledge and plus 3 mana per adjacent snow or ice province. So what I want to do is I do want to go and mix this up a little bit. So I can zoom further out. One gives me 4. Wow, that gives me heaps from that quarry. Like, that's a heap. Can it get better? Yeah, that's 5. 2, 3, only 4. But this one here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is by far the best one. So I think we'll actually just do that one. We do then lose the quarry. Now, is there anything else we wanted to get with the quarry? Is there anything we have to do with that one? Now, the academy requires 1 research post before we can get that one, which is what this would then become. But what requires quarries? Blacksmith. Yeah, we don't require the quarry for that one. I think we're still actually okay. The market gives us gold. Gold is okay-ish at this stage. But I think that building that one, was it tower level 1, is 5 turns away. I think the school of, actually the soul well as well. This one, we get plus 3 mana per adjacent research post or conduit. And so this again would be incredible in here. I could actually then build it in one of these. Well, this one here. So if we go and I can build other quarries here anyway, even though we don't actually have quarries in here. But we want to get this one as well. The gold is becoming a bit of an issue. So I'll go that way with the mine, and then we'll just have a quick look and see what we end up with again as the with the build queue. Yeah, nowhere near like what we've got here. So it's going to take a long time, but that's going to give us, that's going to feed our mana in quite nicely. And we can now grab this one as well. And so we want to grab a conduit here, I think. Again, just to get more mana. The mana is a bit of an issue. There's an iron deposit there. There's really not much else down this other way. We might have to leave, I think. We could see, maybe we just scout. We'll see where the others all are. Yeah, this guy's mining away in this other side. Okay, these are healed up. No, actually, no, this one's not. So we'll leave that one where that is. We need more units back over here. That's the top of the map. I don't think we'll worry too much about what else is over there. We might try to find out where those goblins came from. And turn there. Come on, dragons, do your thing. Do your thing. Because this isn't going to impact us at all. Okay, we've now got a recruitment. Now we don't have the gold, unfortunately, to go and grab these. These are arcane ice walkers. These are at level 5. I can go with a lower level one. So let's have a look and see what we end up getting to see if it's worth waiting. So this one here enters defense mode. Then adjacent friendly units get bolstered resistance. That's not great. So we don't need that one. Fortified. This one here is this governor city gains plus 20 fortification health. It's not bad. Not going to worry about the sophisticated moles so much. gains 30 stability, because I do want to have all the racial benefits that we end up with these ones as well. Astral Enchanter. This one does all magical origin units gain extra hit points and resistance. Again, we don't really need that one. This one here is the Orcish Darklings, which we just don't need. That one's Provisioner. Minus 10% unit upkeep is not bad. Now we can get the low level, the level 3s, so we can afford these. Beast Trainer. So it enables the recruitment of some animal units when governing a city. I don't really want that, to be honest. Then we've got a Sensor. So +6 sensing range. We can then start to see if there's movement out in the wild. Not really all that valuable. And Lucky. This one here has a +20% critical hit chance. That's I wouldn't mind that. And if we grab this unit, we can then start to move another group across. It's not a great selection, to be honest. So these are just part of our force. If we have the critical hit chance, I probably want to make this into a battle mage. So we can sort of, what have we got? We've got defensive training, that's okay. Inspiring leader, that's great. And restore, so that's actually fine as well. I'm happy with those as my starting skills. And we'll just change what we end up having in here, I guess, when we get them available. So we'll recruit this one. But I want this one to actually have offensive capabilities. Yeah, that unit's embarked. Let's go and start to get more. Now, we've got 2 full stacks in here. We can march across. It's a fair way across, unfortunately. It's 5 turns. I think I'll build it up other ways. I'll leave these guys to just keep on building up their forces. Okay, so sorry guys, I'm missing a lot of the comments here. So Cat's saying, is Age of Wonders 4 better than 3? Does it have major differences? Oh yeah, no, it's completely different, really, completely different game. It's closer to Planetfall than it is to Age of Wonders 3. It's yeah, just wildly different. So Asakura is saying, hey Daz, any ETA on your next Dominions vid? I suck at and need those tutorial videos. I haven't got back to it actually. There's been too many games launching at the moment, and so I've just been sort of going from game to game. I do want to get back to Dominions. I was thinking about it again even today. I forget what else is. I think there's still some more games coming up this month, but I will get back to it. And I will probably be doing more of these live streams like this, where I just do a live stream for about 3 hours, and I'm finding that these are actually better for my channel to do it this way. When I've actually got, instead of doing Let's Plays, I do these instead, but also combining that in with tutorial type stuff as well, as I think it sort of works in fairly well. So that's sort of the plan at this stage. So Katzen saying, I can give you my Hulk Smash God mod. He has trampled, digest, trampled, all those different things. Okay, so you mean as a starting Pretender God suggestion? Yeah, so 16 hit bulk that cannot die mostly. I'll give you time to practice when it does its own. So yeah, don't undead count as magical origin, says Belladonna. Undead as in our undead, or undead in the game? I'm not sure what you mean. I think if these are considered, like if you have a look at these guys, these are still part of their noble bird folk. So they're not magical origin as such. So these aren't. Just trying to think of. I don't think we've got any magical origin in our armies. These guys might. Yeah, it's just an animal. No, they're all just their basic units. No, I'm not. I can't see it there. No, I don't. They're not considered magical origin. It's more that magical origin are more your elementals in the game. So I can't see any. That one there is an animal unit, I would imagine, a plague serpent. Have a look at it. Yeah, it's just an animal unit. And these would be animal units as well. These would all be animal units. These are magical origin, I think. Oh no, they're plant units. They're not magical origin either. This is. These are actually the plant units still may be as well, but these are magical origin. So we've got elemental, evolve, floating, magic origin. So you're looking for that little symbol there. So elementals definitely, but the plant units maybe. Look at these guys. No, these aren't considered magical origin. These evolve, forest camouflage, forest walk, land movement, plant unit, but not magical origin. So it's the elementals basically. So so Beaches is saying, should I spread out my cities or keep them close? Ideally keep them close. I'm too spread out here. I've gone too wide. I can't move from one to the other and do it easily. So I'm too far afield in here. So I'm going to struggle with this. Actually, with that one there, I'm just going to go back in and get more units. I can't afford much. This is the trouble. If you could grab another Arcanist. We're down to 6. Wow, this is bad. Right, I'm going to keep these together. Now this one here, we don't get to keep any of these. These are just animals, so we can't convert those. I don't want to go too far down into the rest of the map. But I do also want to clean out what we actually have around us. Not so much for the souls, but for building up the armies now. Although, yeah, we can't really afford anything else at this point until we actually grow. So there's hardly any reason to move off at this point in time. So I think I'll just leave it where we are with a lot of these until things sort of develop. Actually, what I might do is I might grab that unit and send it across the to the other side. Yeah, there's other things. There's a pirate cove in there. I'll keep these two together. Again, this is a bit weak until this other one comes. We need to find things we can kill. I might bring this one back so that we can go underground again here and just help out. Yeah, there are other... Oh, that one's already got that one. Damn it. So he's around the corner here somewhere. Digging away. Maybe even digging from the other side. Anyway, we'll just keep on scouting through that side. Let's just end our turn there. Okay, so Nightbot's getting angry with the caps. You've got to be very careful with caps. See, we're behind a long way in terms of the strength. Like these guys are all over the place. Luckily, they're friendly at this stage. It's not super friendly, but it's friendly enough. Now this is sending invading forces, but which way? I'm guessing it will go this way. So we should start to see units moving across the map fairly soon. I think we'll be okay down here. Let's just get onto the water and then move our way around. Our project, we've produced the workers' camp, so we now get to choose where we want this workers' camp to go. So I need mana. I need to build up as much mana as I can. So we now grab this one, get the conduit. So we now actually have this mana. We've got this one through here, this outpost. We can now found a new city in here, and that way we'll get more better income once that actually establishes in 6 turns. So we just need to stay around where we are. Frost arrows. We'll select new research. Now we've got the Lesser Snow Spirit is something I just can't afford the mana, so that's of no value to me. The Blizzard I can do damage to. It sustains 20 frost damage. This is good for weakening. The Necrotic Magic is grants attacks of enchanted units a base 60% chance of inflicting decaying, a damaging over time effect. So this one is a grants attacks of enchanted units. So this is actually something that we could do. And that could be good for all our battle mage units. This is a good one for us, a really good one for us. That one works in very well with the Arcanists that we end up having, but again, is going to cost me mana. Alright, let's move. I was going to move this one down to the other group, but I will move this one up this other way now. So we don't really have much. I could go after this one, but I think I'm now just going to wait and see what these... It may be coming this way, but I just don't know. I don't know where that is. This one down. Yeah, it's cleared out of everything down this way. Let's just get out of here. Oh, there it is. That's the stone spirit that's been doing all the mining for the other team. See, there's another of the. There's a firestone forge. Ultimately. We need those haste berries. Here they come. Now, it looks like they're coming around the other side. Your claim province has been captured by our friend. So we have a grievance. But that's okay. The ruler was denounced. So they're starting to hate each other. So that's not us, it's the other one. Negotiations succeeded. So we've now got the Pact of Loyalty with them. Pact of Vassalage comes in 4 turns with these guys, which is great. So that's going to be good for us. And we can go to cooperation. It does have Arcanium ore. So where is that ore? Oh, there it is there. Yeah, okay, that's it there. So in Annex we end up with plus 10 production and mana, which is very, very valuable to us. So it's sort of one of these things. We're going to get it anyway in 4 turns, so I won't worry about that one. Just to slowly let things build up. Negotiation succeeded. You're angering me, last Whisper Fiend. I'm warning you, if you keep going like this, I'll send into your reign right in here. So this one is now almost absolute hatred. Minus 800 is the most you can get. They're a long way ahead of us. That's their rankings. That's the overall ranking. We're ranked lowest of everything. Military, we're coming 5. What are they coming? They're coming 7th. So we're not in a position really to do much with that just yet, so we'll just say goodbye. But yeah, that is a bit of a problem. They are going to become an issue. And unfortunately our cities are so spread out, that's a bit of a problem. So Catson saying, does Age of Wonders have special rules on undead and healing, or they heal like any other unit? They heal just basically like any other unit. They do fix themselves up. Healing doesn't fix them though. So so with if we had a healer, the soothing, I think we've got it in here actually. Whoops. This unit here, Soothing Breeze. So target friendly unit with another 2 hexes heals 20 hit points. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I thought it actually. This would still work on undead as well. No, so yeah, so it's not really, it's not split like in other games. In terms of doing stuff, we don't have to really do too much. This is the raiding force that's coming through. We've got warlocks. Wow, this is strong. I don't really want to go under the water. I don't know where it's going. I'm going to move this one back. We don't know where it's heading, but it is heading towards us, and it looks like it's coming around this corner. So it may be going to attack this. Alright, so we're getting some of these. We just don't have the Imperium to be able to spend on them. Okay, gain the ability to assign Whispering Stones to other Empire's vassals to gain their tribute. We don't really need that one. There's a few more coming up that would be good. Like this one, when we conquer a city, we end up with 200 mana, 200 knowledge. We get extra combat casting points as well when things are killed. There's a fair few coming up in the shadow area that's going to be useful. That one we don't get to see as well. We do get an extra... We could get another Whispering Stone, which we don't really need, I don't think. But the Rally of Lieges, which again, I just can't afford anything, so I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. This is the other hero. Look, I'd probably be able to take this plant unit out. How much was this one worth? 210. Yeah, let's just take them out one by one. Although I really need units that I can convert like these, but this is too strong. Unit there is too much as well. Oh, this one here. This one's not bad. Let's go across, and this one's only worth 300. So we can actually then build another army from this one, even though it's going to cost me a bit. At least I can flesh out some of these other guys. So we want to come back up and start to open this up for them. Now that we can enter their territory. Just let them grow. It's okay anymore as well. A lot stronger than we are. The AI has improved in this game an awful lot. It's really quite good. These are still wandering around. Here they come. Okay, so we'll wait for this guy to come in. Don't know what I mean, it can take this, I'm guessing, but I'm surprised it's come up. It's 540. Huh. Yeah, we're going to have double what they're going to have, but it's and then we will be able to convert some of these as well. Ultimately, these are grim mold warps. Yeah, we don't need it. It's okay. Next point, got the storehouse. That's good. So we're getting more food now. There's another. We do want to get rid of that one because we want to get more mana. What else do we have? We want to get this as well. I sort of want to gobble up the terrain that we have. But let's go this way. Get the forester there, just so we can spread out a little bit. What's under there? Just pastures. Yes, if we can build this one up, it's gonna be quite a nice little city. This one, ultimately. Yes, we can get the shrine, which gives us more mana. The granary is going to take 9 turns. So we'll get the boosted ones that are coming. Now I can build up these. It's just the money. The money is the problem. I'll grab another Arcanist in here though. Yeah, so if we build up this one, we end up with just spending a lot of mana to keep these things going, but that still will be okay. Yeah, so we've got 600 odd. Well, let's just move this one in. I'll keep the 2 Necromancers with the main army. It's a weird collection that we actually have through here. Anyway, it's not terribly weak. So, as your troops approach the band of mercenary guards, they raise the white flag. They were hired by a rich merchant to look after the pastures. So we can just go all out and attack them, which will give us then the souls. If we have no quarrel, leave them in peace. We don't have enough money to get them to come and work with us. So we're going to attack them. Because we need the souls, and we need actually the chassis as well. Now they're not the greatest units; they're all just goblin diplomats. So we'll just do manual combat here, I think. Actually, I might as well do auto. We're so far out ahead of this. Yeah, we almost lost this one. The skeleton archer. That's all okay. That's 5 more souls. So we'll close that one. And we do need warriors. They're all just shield units plus the range unit. Let's get 2 of those. I won't worry about the range unit. 2 or 3. I'll grab 3. Should we tell you what the cost is going to be up in here? Ooh, all 27 has now been gobbled up with those units. So they've been positioned in here as well. Alright, we'll move that one back up towards the location. I can't get into friendly territory anyway, I'll just leave it where it is. We're now a bit evil. Yeah, so this is a problem. Back over here as well. Now we've just got. We do have a piece of advice. The Necropolis has got low stability, so we do need to change its stability. Why is the domain bad? Conduits. Yes, we need to make this one friendlier. You know, the School of Necromancy is going to sort out a lot of our mana issues. Just mine at these. We'll open this all right up for them. Okay, let's have a look at the top. So these should be coming through. They can reach there. They can't really reach anywhere else. I wish those dragons would get a little bit more aggressive. Now going negative with those. They'll be trying to raid this. Hearts of Iron. So, request an audience. Your hero is concerned looking in his eyes. What do we need? I can manufacture golems, defenders to our homelands. However, building them requires some Archon blood. Could you secure that? Yeah, we get a unit reward if we do that one, which would actually be good. Now the Archon blood is actually very close. We've actually got that one very close to where we are. Claimed province has been captured. Okay, so they're just getting closer and closer. So we need, this is a Archon blood that we need. But we need to just build up this army a little bit more before we go after it. But at least we've made a start. going to be a little bit too dangerous for us to take on. I think we can't get any benefit from these. So actually, we're getting another Arcanist from in here, so we'll eventually sort of get strong enough. Spell's ready to cast, so we want the Frost Arrows. Again, we're going to go backwards with this now. Back to 0. Okay, that's good. And Necrotic Magic. We do want to get that one as well. Now I've got Ice Coffins. We do have the White Witches, which do give us freezing ability. But we don't really need them. The Arcanists are good enough. So Ice Coffin would be okay. And then we've got the Rotting Explosion. These ones do actually have a very, very high chance of freezing. Like the Freezing Blast. But I think I'll just go Ice Coffin. Actually, the Rotting Explosion is only a... so target for any zombie or skeleton unit explodes. All the enemies in 2x radius sustain frost damage and have a 90% chance of becoming decaying. Let's not worry about that one. Let's just go with the Ice Coffin. Oh, there's some gold. Yay, we needed that. That gives them a place that they can then expand into, and then over here they need to expand this way as well. So we're just trying to make it easier for them. Now these, if we go into here, this ends up being an interesting battlefield because we then get extra bonuses. Now they also get the bonuses, but they'd be attacking us. I might just do a quick save here and then actually move down for this one. Yeah, we've got a lot more battle mages than what they've got. Well, not a lot more. We've got one more. So there's a quite powerful, being level 2 warlocks. You've got weakening bolts, which do frost damage. They do weaken us as well. The frost is not going to worry us too much because of who we are. So I think we're actually okay with that. Another Arcanist in here. Should be attacking us in the other location at the end of all of this. Which one did they attack? They did attack her. Okay, good. So they've attacked into this central location. We certainly have the advantage, but let's just go to manual combat. So we should now be able to stand in around the conduit and attack with a bit more effect from all of these areas. These are magically charged. So they're also going to have the same benefit though. Yes, when we have a look at this one, it's magically charged in from there. Magically charged means that it's staying adjacent to a magically charged obstacle will grant units +2 lightning damage on all attacks. Destroying a magically charged obstacle will deal 20 lightning damage to all adjacent units. So it's a bit of a tricky one, but we essentially want to be doing that, exactly that to them. Magically charged in through, yeah, that's all magically charged in through there. So taking this area would be fairly important to us, I think. We won't worry about this one so much. I mean, even this one will actually benefit by being magically charged. Let's move them up. Mages. Let's get them ready to come in around this one, and then these ones we send up. So we wanted to claim these areas in here as well. Okay, that's all we can do this first turn. Good. Getting closer. They've split off into two. So for 65 from there with the magically charged units. Got 90 from there with two, and they've got their battle mages coming through. Now we actually have frost protection. Actually, we've got resistance there. It's not. We don't actually have specifically frost protection. I thought we did. Maybe it's our goats that do. So it won't be that one. Actually, this one probably will. We've got blight. Yeah, we've got 2 frost resistance there. So they won't do as much damage against those, and as far as our standard units are concerned, yeah, we don't have any frost protection there against with the goats. All right. So we need to keep on this side. Now this charging unit, I do want to stop it. Can get the 90% here. Lock that one down. Being slowed. Only have one shot here anyway. Graze. Only another graze. That wasn't good. This one's not magically charged. Missed. Wow, we're not doing very well with these 65s. We're rolling very, very low numbers. It was a 0, 26, 2. Not very good. So the RNG is doing my head in here. Let's have a look and see what we can do with the spells. We do have Necrotize, so sustains 10 frost damage and 10 blight damage, becomes decaying. So, yeah, when it dies, become a decaying zombie under your control until the end of combat. Also have this one here, which does a lot of damage. Not enough to really do it. Let's just cancel that, and we'll do the Necrotize. Just go with that one there. So it's been infected. So in this year, when it dies, it becomes a decaying zombie. Do we need to do that? Does that one get a shot? No, we do need to go up. I'll send in... this skeleton archer is... what's this one? This one's just a human druid, so not this one is sort of expendable. I don't really care if I lose this one. Lock them into place. Actually, that's probably not the best idea. Yeah, no, it's not the best idea. I'll do that because it then moves into my way. So if I want to do anything, I need to do it this way. And I get 90%. Can hit it. I've got a free hit here. I'll take it, I guess. Okay, so that one's now decaying. And we do actually have the Cosmic Ablation. That will basically kill that unit off. Now we get Star Blades, which is going to make a lot of the units then work a bit better. That's 50%. I'll take that. There's nothing tricky there. It's only 25%, which means 50. It's a 50-50 with 3 shots. Let's just go for it. I press Control, long range and obscured by obstacle, but the obstacle is this one here. So I can't really do much about that. If I go there, I've got 2 shots at 50, which means 75. I think I'll take the 3 at 50-50. You graze. It's still okay. That's actually, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that one. Now these are going to have to run away. Do much in here. Yeah, so this one can be healed. So the undead can be healed with the soothing bit there. So keep that one alive. And the Arcane Guard. We'll move them up this way. Okay, we can kill that one. It becomes back as one of our zombies. So the polearm does good against the cavalry. It's a cavalry slayer. So big damage in there. I might as well kill this one off. So they come back as a zombie. There we go. Little mole zombie. I love the attention to detail they've now put in it. It's very, very good. We can then kill this one off. Okay, they're getting ready to run. I'm not going to be able to move after we do this. Get a great shot there. Good. Okay, end our turn. That's all we've got left. So that one can't really afford to run. This one will. And these will get a couple more shots in. But they may fumble. Yeah, it did fumble that one. That one burnt to death. Better odds. It's worked out fairly well. There we go. You're down. That was good. So we didn't even take that much damage, really. A little bit, but nothing too bad. But that's going to get worse and worse unless we can somehow clear them out. But we're just not strong enough yet. Because we've split up our forces. Now we've got all these different units that we can bring in. Again, I just don't have the mana for it, so I'm going to have to say no. And I don't really want this group of skeletons. I want the noble bird folk, so I'm just going to dismiss them. We've got a heap of souls, which is good. Message received. We've got the declaration of friendship. Oh, hang on. No, we are actually very friendly with these now, which is good. Yeah, we'll make a pronouncement back. Can we afford it? It does cost us a bit. Negotiate. What can we do? This is new. You can actually now trade provinces. What items have you got? I'll just cancel. Say goodbye. You're all leveled up. That's good. So she's now level 5. Okay, so we'll just go back across. We do want her to become a battle mage. Ultimately, we probably don't want to have the fire, but we are doing fire damage. So it may still be okay. Distance evocation back in through here. What else do we have? The experienced leader. Getting everyone to level up is actually quite useful. So I think we'll go that way. So just confirm that one. Okay, so we're able to get another one. So let's go this way. Grab another one of these. So we do have to go and clear this one out now. Still got to heal these up. Let's leave them up in there. That way we'll then get the Archon blood, and then that will give us the other abilities. Getting a little bit of extra mana now. Move this one across. Two more turns and this one becomes, and then we get even more from here as well. So that will be the third city that we'll end up having. Probably a little bit late with the cities, to be honest, but we are getting there eventually. Now, in terms of the what we can do through here, is there any That's the. Should we just go to diplomacy and have a bit of a look at the free cities? Yeah, this one we've almost got. Like 2 more turns, we get them as vassals. But this one's already a vassal for the other group. So we're not going to be able to do anything with those. So yeah, there's no point really bothering going with more Whispering Stones just yet. Okay, we've got 20. The casting points doesn't really matter that much. I'll leave that one where that is. We've got Forced March, which we don't really need. It's not really useful to us just yet. Road building is a good one. That may be useful for us once we start to grow a bit bigger, but we're just a little bit off with that one. I think we'll just wait. And see what we end up getting. In a bit of a holding pattern at the moment. That's what we try to build up, then get on top of the resources. So that one's okay where that is. This will give it a way around this temple of the tome. You have to be a little bit careful that we don't open it up into other areas that we're not really wanting to do. Might just keep on scouting around with this unit. This is after all just a scout type unit. I'm going to leave that one where that is, I think. So what we'll do is we'll just leave that one alone, and yes, they're building up other cities and outposts and things, which I just wish that these dragons would get a bit more involved, or if they would go back and actually try to handle the dragons, that would actually also be fairly useful. I'm sort of surprised that they haven't been attacking each other yet. One that was wanting to go downstairs. Oh, here we go. We've come up against another one now. So we've found ourselves a dragon. Doesn't like us. Say goodbye. These are the Mystic Vermin. So these are, again, more underground adaptation. They've all been underground so far. I don't know why. It seems like there's a bug. The fact that they're all underground. Oh, they're preparing for war. Damn. Well, goodbye, I guess. I'm not sure if they're going to come after the Necropolis. We may have to come racing back with our main army. Not our main army, our second army, actually. Because the main army's... Like, we're in a pretty bad situation because we're now split. Now, they control this. Got they've got like a hero stack. The player doesn't get to do this anymore. It's sort of I don't think the AI should be able to do it either, to be honest. So I sort of hope that they change that. Just looking at the time though, guys, I've actually got to get going, so I think I'll call it quits here. So thanks for watching, but you've got a little bit further in, not much, but a little bit. Looks like there's another city maybe in here, or maybe yeah, it must be another city back up in here somewhere. We're not strong enough to take them on just yet. Maybe I should have grabbed what I could. Yeah, we now have good income. But we'll still just keep on building up. We've just got this one's going to be another city coming fairly soon. Empire Development Skill. We do have this one now. where we do, that's going to be 200. I think I'll save the Imperium until we actually need it. And produce the shrine at Hexpont. And this one is now gone up. We can get the Mage's Plaza. The Mana Obelisk is really important. The library is actually fairly important for us as well. We'll get the library because it's boosted. Okay, this one counts as a research post. Again, that's not a bad one for us. I think we'll just get the Mana Obelisk at this stage, or the market. Maybe the market. Money has become a bit of an issue for us. Just now gobbled that one. There's not much else in here, so that's all good. So we just sort of, this is all private stuff really that only this one will actually have access to. There's nothing that opens itself up. It's all solid rock. There's no way through, which is quite good. That's the last one. Right, the Arcanist. I think I'll leave it here, and that way when we come back I can then just start these attacks with these units to go and take this one. It's going to be a bit of a tricky battle, that one, but we do need to get that one. Anyway, I will leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. Yeah, anyway, I'll let it go. So ZX7 saying, cheers, Daz. No marbles. No, this is YouTube, so it's hard to do this one on YouTube. A marble run. It actually wasn't too bad on Twitch. I should do it more often on Twitch. So when you catch me on Twitch, yeah, suggest it then, because I think it's something we should be doing regularly. It's good fun. Maybe I should even, I can't really start sessions off, but I should certainly be ending sessions off with a marble run. It's such a cool little program. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. I will catch you, I don't think I'll be back on today. So I'll probably be back tomorrow, my normal streaming time in about 14 or so hours. For another session, so we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'll catch soon. It'll be a bit longer than that, 15